once again.
Hello, it's Jimmy here, the Wiley's. Just come to look at a Honda CRV here that's got a DPF fault. Okay, so this is a 2010 model. Okay, I've got the bonnet up and we're looking at a 2.2 Honda ID Tech engine here, diesel. Okay, so we've got engine management light on, system check, but the customer complaint was it had a DPF symbol on, smoke symbol there, so it has changed a little bit. There we go. If we restart the engine, that's what happens, you get the smoke symbol that comes up. Now this has come on afterwards, so the smoke symbol has been there on its own at first, and now the DPF lights come on afterward. So what I will say about these cars before I even diagnose it is, when I hear the smoke symbol was on, then we've got an engine management light on, I know what the problem is, and I've showed it many times on my channel. It's going to be overdue an oil service, and when it's overdue an oil service, the DPF regeneration, self-regeneration of the car gets shut down, so the car won't regen its own self, and then your DPF gets blocked, and that's why you're in this position. But unfortunately, it's not the customer's fault, because you don't get any warning saying you're due an oil change. You'll just get the DPF symbol come up, and it's telling you that it's not regenerating the DPF, and what then happens is very shortly afterwards you'll get a blocked DPF, which is going to need sorting out, as well as an oil change. Okay, so for this vehicle I've been asked to use different diagnostic machines by a few viewers, so I'm going to use the Kingbolen K7, which I've received from them not so long ago. I think they have given me a affiliate code or link for it, so I'll add that on the video description where you can buy it. So let's go in and have a look at what's going on here. So this is in Europe. So we've got a Honda CRV diesel. We'll do a system scan. No, sorry, don't want to do that. I just want to do the engine really. Let's go back. System selection, diesel engine system. Sorry, I'm trying to get the screen where there's not so much reflection. Read default codes. P2002 DPF efficiency. So that would indicate that the DPF is damaged, maybe. Let's have a look at the data stream. DPF differential pressure. Oh, that's the voltage. DIFF differential pressure of the DPF. Let's try and change that if we can. Really annoying to get these to change to a unit that I'm more familiar with, or a little one that's a little bit more accurate. Okay, so acting a bit odd there. Let's have a look at the sensor, see what's going on. So someone's been, let's try and connect that back up. So somebody's clearly been trying to repair this car. The clips have been messed around with there, and the tube has either blown off or it's been removed and not put back on. But the locking clip, the two clips, you can see that they're not up here where they should be, so maybe someone's been looking at it and it's blown off the DPF pipe. Okay, so now we're back in the vehicle. We have 23 HPA of pressure. Let's hold the revs up to 3000 RPM. Try and get it to stay in one position if we can. It's creeping away. Let me just get that to stay there. So we've got sort of 175 to 180 millibars of pressure. Sorry, I know the screen is going off focus there. I can see the engine coolant temperature is at 89 degrees, so that's all okay. Okay, so I'm just going to get this one and put it on the graph. Now the engine's warmed up. Sorry, trying to get it where there's no glare. Now the engine's warmed up, we are on 41 HPAs, 41 HPA there, engine idling, and we're going up to sort of 215 at 3000 RPM, so it's increased a little bit now it's warmed up. Okay, so I've done a full scan of the vehicle. There are no other faults apart from a blocked DPF, and I know it's overdue an oil change, so that's the cause. So all we're going to do is clean the DPF, reset the oil values, and it should be fine. Of course, if the oil hasn't been changed, I'll recommend that the customer has it changed as soon as possible. Okay, so I've got my DPF cleaning fluid in the pressurized gun here, and what I'm going to do is, this is the tube that goes pre-DPF, and so this is the one that we want to put the cleaning fluid into. The way you can determine which one of these hoses that you need to put the fluid into is by using a manometer. I suppose I'll just show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to use this manometer here. I've got this tube from one of my old smoke machines, so it doesn't come with this, it just comes with this clear tube. I'll try and put the link to that on it, but it's an all-tool digital manometer. Now you're going to disconnect both of these hoses, and then you're going to see which one, going to connect in and see which one has the high pressure. So that's got 1 millibar of pressure. If we come over here to this one, 21 millibars of pressure. So this one with the high pressure is the one we're going to put the DPF cleaning fluid in. Now you can notice there that did fluctuate from what it was. We were getting sort of 25 millibars on live data, and then it jumped up to 40, but obviously we've given it a few revs to come down a little bit. You let these cars idle for a minute. When they get warm, the pressure increases. Now we'll get the cleaning fluid in. So this is my setup here for the cleaning process. I've got a Milwaukee compressor set at 130 psi and Launch UK DPF cleaning fluid that's inserted into the gun there. Okay, so now I've attached the DPF gun up to this hose. Now because the DPF sits kind of high on this, I'm not going to put too much fluid in with the engine off. Squeeze the trigger. Okay, so I'll put about 1/3 of that fluid into the DPF. We'll let that sit for 5 minutes. Then I'll start the vehicle up and I'll run the rest of it in with the engine on. So now I'm going to start the engine back up again, and with the engine running I'm going to hold the trigger down, just a constant flow now, just push all of this fluid into the DPF. So we're not going to do it in 5-second stages. Launch do recommend you do it like that, but I just prefer to put it all in one go, get the DPF overwhelmed as possible, fill it right up with the fluid as much as you can, just as long as you know it's not going to backfill into the cylinders if your DPF is in a high position like this. Now you'll see we're going to start seeing some steam coming from the rear of the exhaust. Now that's not what you'd call smoke, it's more of a steam. You can see there from the other tube that we're getting some black sooty foam coming up. Okay, looks like we're all out of fluid. The line has gone clear. Now you'll see some of this foam coming out of the back. That will dissolve away. I'm going to use this from Laser 3237 pedal depressor. I'm going to get this onto the pedal to hold the revs for me. Now you can see there we started off at 250 millibars. We've come down so far to 64, 62, 61. We're down around 40 millibars now, 39 millibars. That's at 3000 RPM. See some smoke like that. Should have put a catch can down maybe, but you literally just chuck a bucket of water on that and it dissolves like it's never been there. Now we'll get back inside, we'll give it a few revs just to get it cleared out. Let that idle down now. We'll have a look at the DPF pressure. Sorry, get it out of the sun there. So we're at 5 HPAs or millibars of pressure there. And we have 34 at 3000 RPM. Okay, now here comes the interesting part. We're going to tell the vehicle that the DPF's been cleaned. Now the only way to do that is by telling it it's had a new DPF. Because according to those fault codes that have been set, it's telling you that it needs a new DPF. But we can reset that by going to special functions on this tool. Reset calculated particle matter value. Let's have a look, see what other options we have. Right, reset the particle matter value. That's clear. We've still got the engine light on there. Now if we come to the fault codes and press clear the fault code. Okay. Read the fault code. No fault code there. So will we still have a DPF symbol on? No, we don't, so it looks like that's cleared away, but in my experience it will come back on pretty shortly if we don't reset the oil. So we're going to come back to special functions, switch the engine off, ignition on, and we will do an oil dilution. No, that one's not needed, or it's not compatible with it. Let's go back. See if we can do a service reset on this, otherwise we'll find out how to do it through the buttons. Service function, oil service reset, software reset. Now hopefully this will work, otherwise we'll have to do it manually. There'll be some sort of way that we can do it. Maintenance reminder Europe, service reminder, stop service reminder. Service reminder, let's press that one. Vehicle does not support this, let's try that one. We'll stop service reminder system function. Service reminder can never be restarted once it's been stopped. I'm not even sure what that means, but I think it means that it's never going to tell you the car needs a service again, but surely, well, if we can do that, it's going to avoid further DPF issues in the future. Sorry, this is very hard to get the screen to stay clear. Okay, so it doesn't support that either, so let's go in and figure out how we can reset it on the dashboard here. Okay, here's something I rarely understand with this. It's asking you these questions to tell you how to reset it manually. Has it got a slide switch? Don't know what that is. Reset button on the instrument panel. I don't know what that is either. Distinguished by the vehicle model. Now, is that a reset button down there? The trip reset button? I'm not sure, but let's try that. So press the reset button. Turn off the engine. Press and hold select and reset buttons on the instrument panel, and turn the ignition on. We don't have a select, do we? Unless it's on here. Okay, here, yeah. We have a select button just down there. Okay, so I'm going to hold those buttons for 10 seconds, see what happens. Okay, we've got a flashing engine management light on. Stopped. So I'll take it that's the oil reset. Okay, so now I'm going to go to special functions. I'll get it back down here where we can see clear. Special function, and yeah, well, sorry, I've already done that, haven't I? Just making sure I got that on your video. So we've reset the particle matter value and reset the codes. We've tried to reset the oil dilution, but it's not available on this car. That's about it. Read the codes, make sure that they're all gone. So now I'm going to use a pair of pliers just to put these clips back in place where they should be, so these pipes don't blow off again. Just grab them there like that. and just make sure that they're clamped back in place like that. Okay, so that's it, we're all about done. Honda HRV, CRV is it? Whatever. Anyway, 2.2 Honda, all done.